Anybody here? Oh gosh darn it! Hi everybody, how you doing today? Welcome to July the 30th, 2024. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here with the Stock Markets with Bruce. We we're watching we're watching Sofi shares this morning. I've been kind of glancing at it all morning long. I started watching the pre-market about 2 hours ago when I woke up, and that's 4:30 my time, 3:30 Pacific time. And noticed it was around 7:10, 7:15 this morning. Got down to about 7:05 for like a moment or two. The earnings came out at 8 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock. No. 5 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Eastern. And now the conference call was on. I'm assuming it's still going. I don't know. And we're at 7:55, and we've touched 760 so far. We're ahead of the day. We're up 21 cents in the pre-market. That's what I've got now on CNBC. I'm showing 755 last trade with 6 million volume now going through in the pre-market. Yesterday's entire day was 62 million, and it was a down day yesterday. It was down to 733 for the session yesterday. It's where the stock ended. 753, 760 range seems to be where we are at the moment on SoFi. All right. The key takeaway here, and this is something that I don't know if any analyst will cover this, because again, I'm not sure which analysts are representing shorters, which analysts are truly analyzing the company's stock and the corporation as a whole. I'm not exactly sure, but Noto has Wall Street connections, and it has a deep understanding of Wall Street and a background in Wall Street. So there are analysts that follow this stock that are truly stock analysts, but there are a lot of analysts or so-called analysts and others kind of like the Andrew Lefts of the world out there that say one thing and maybe do another. In other words, there are individuals and organizations that may not have the highest regard for management and have a higher regard to make money on whatever they say they're doing when they do something else. Again, I'm just talking about what the SEC and the Department of Justice is saying about what Andrew Left did the last number of years, from 2021 all the way to now. There are others. Believe me, there are others. Now, I'm waiting to hear what analysts are going to say going forward about SoFi. In other words, is there going to be an analyst coming out today, tomorrow, next week that is going to tell you this stock is a $3 stock? Bring it on. Come on. Tell us that, because the company had a $65 million earnings improvement from the second quarter of last year to the second quarter of this year. And you're sitting there going, no, Bruce, they only made $17 million. They said they made an earnings profit of $17 million. If you take a look at the announcement that came out, they had a loss last year for the second quarter of $47.5 million. I'm referring to my notes here, don't mind me. They lost $47.5 million a year ago in the second quarter. This year's second quarter is a gain of $17.5 million. So you take a gain of $17.5 million from a loss of $47 million. The differential is $65 million of improvement. They lost 6 cents a share in the second quarter a year ago. They earned 1 penny a share in the second quarter of this year. That is 7 cents a share earnings growth from a year ago to now. You do that for the balance. You do this kind of turnaround and this type of improvement for the next 4 quarters going forward from here. We're not talking 28 cents a share in earnings improvement. We're going to be talking a lot more than that, because what's happening here is the company is compounding its earnings now. They went from They added 643,000 members to their membership rolls. They have 8.8 million members now. Costco, I believe, has 60 something million members. If I last got that number right, I might be off a bit, but I think it's about 60 million members. This is where SoFi is going to go. SoFi will also have 60 plus million members, probably over the next 5 years. Not in 1 year. It's a growth curve. 215,000 members a month are now joining this bank. They are becoming customers. They're growing their customer base by 215,000 people a month. Think about that. Think about this. Where do you live? Many of you do not live in New York City. Many of you live in cities and towns that have 1 million people, 500,000 people, 50,000 people. 215,000 people a month are becoming customers, new customers of this fintech bank. Okay? It's 2.5 million growth a year. 2.5 million new members a year now are joining the bank. That's the pace they're on. Okay? They're not going to stay at this pace. It's going to accelerate. Okay. Just a few things to kind of bring into your psyche. SoFi is growing at a ridiculously fast rate. They're making money now. They have made money 3 quarters in a row now. And today, we are almost 1 month into the third quarter of the year. It's August, day after tomorrow, in case you don't know this. We're about to enter August. And this bank is 1 month into a 3-month quarter, like everybody else. So in 60 odd days will be the end of the third quarter. And add 30 more days to that, 90 days from now, SoFi will release their third quarter financials, like they just released their second quarters today. 90 days from now, we'll get the third quarter financials. That will mark the 4th consecutive quarter of earnings for SoFi. That is one of the requirements of a public company to perhaps be added to the S&P 500 index. There are others, one of which is cap value, market cap value. All right. At $7 billion market cap, where they are kind of right now, that's not big enough to join the S&P 500. They got to triple this. They got to get over 20 billion, in my humble opinion. But 3 months from now, when they do announce their 4th consecutive quarter of financials, and will likely upgrade their estimates again, which they did today. They've upgraded and they lifted their guidance again for the rest of the year. Today, we may have a scenario where there may be some stock analysts out there who are going to go, this company could make $1 a share next year for 2025 net profit. These guys make $1 a share in net profit next year based on this growth curve that continues unabated. What are they going to trade at? What kind of earnings multiple should this stock have? They've gone from 2021 becoming a public company through a SPAC with all the crap that the SEC threw at every SPAC there was. 700 of them were all given all kinds of new rules. Everyone had to refile everything. They battled through that in 2021. 2022, they just grew the bank, fought off all the naysayers about student loans or loan origination and higher interest rates. Through 2023, they continued to grow the business and compounded their earnings from their tech side. And here we are in 2024, and they're still adding 215,000 members a month at a pace of 2.5 million members a year, 8.8 million members, a $65 million turnaround or add-on in profits over last year at this time. What more do you want? These guys are losers? I don't think so. No, they are doing well. And if interest rates are coming down, if we're going to see a 1/4 point drop in September and a 1/4 point drop in October, we're going to see interest rates maybe a 1 percentage point lower a year from now. Do you have any idea what that means for the banking sector? Every investor out there, every banking analyst out there has been talking about lower rates improving the bottom line of the banks. What do you think what this means for SoFi? SoFi got slammed by all kinds of analysts where they said, oh, higher rates is going to hurt SoFi. It's going to hurt SoFi. Rates topped out, 8 months ago? And now they're expected to start dropping. SoFi made more money in the last year during increased rates. How much is this going to compound their net result as rates begin to ease off? It's going to be massive. And so the PE multiple, should it be 10 times earnings, 20 times earnings, 40, 60, 100 times? What should be the earnings multiple of a fintech outfit like SoFi? Not a single retail branch to visit. There aren't 8,000 branches to go see. It's all digital. I kind of think the higher the multiple, the more reasonable. So if it's a 30 times PE multiple and they're going to make $1 a share in 2025, an analyst would then say by the end of 25, it should be a $30 stock. It's going to be a 40 times earning multiple, could be a $40 stock. If they only make 55, 60 cents a share instead of $1 a share by the end of 2025, and they're trading at 40 times earnings, $25 stock. So 25 to 40, is that the estimate? If it's a 25 to 40 guesstimate, and the shares start moving into that level, we are into the $20 billion cap area. And if we're into the $20 billion capitalized value area, there's another notch for inclusion in S&P 500, which means you're going to be in the S&P 500 banking index. You're going to be in probably the S&P 500 financial technology index. All these sub-indexes. How many are there? Dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of indices and sub-indices. They'll be part of all of them. And that puts gazillions of ETFs, mutual funds, into the stock because they track the performance of these indexes and sub-indexes. And that's where SoFi's institutional base grows, and away we go. What I'm wondering about today, with the stock sitting at $7.53 a share right now, $7.53 a share, and a $65 million improvement in net earnings from a year ago to this year's quarter, will there be an activist investor stepping into this stock? Could there be a buyer that will try to buy up 10% of this bank? They're not going to come in to take out Nodo and get rid of everybody. They're going to come in and go, well, we're going to pick up 100 million shares of this thing because there's 185 million shorted. It's 18% of the public float is short. There's only 10% short position on GameStop. There's 18% short position on SoFi. 100 million share buy of stock on the open market, taking that much stock off the street, means there's 100 million shares less for the 180 million shorters to get back. They're going to have to pay more. Well, do they pay $8 to $12 a share to get out? Do they pay $9 to $15 to get out? Winning begets winning. Momentum begets momentum. Higher trading volume creates more trading volume. There are day traders everywhere want to play anything they can find. And what a wonderful stock to play. A $7 to $15 stock. Oh, that's so affordable for so many small investors. The option contracts will go nuts. So could there be an activist investor stepping in to pick up a bunch of paper? I mean, how much money do you need to create this stock, create a short position on this stock to really run it? You don't need $20 billion. This entire company is worth $7 billion. This is a small cap stock in the big world of capitalized companies. This is small potatoes. So heck, even GameStop could buy $1 billion worth of this stock. Even GameStop could do it. They got $4.2 billion in the bank, cash. Why don't you use $1 billion and pick off this stuff up to $8.50 a share? Get your hands on 100 million shares. Create a short squeeze. All of a sudden, oh my God, GameStop would be an insider. They would be considered an insider of the company, which would take 100 million shares off the free float, because now under SEC rules, if they own more than 5% of the company, which they would, they'd have 1/10 of the company. That means 100 million shares would no longer be considered free trading, which means there's now only 700 million free trading, or whatever that number is. Hang on a second here. There is a public float right now of 1 billion. Excuse me. It would bring it down to 900 million free float. That's what would happen with a 900 million share free float, official free float, and we all know that there aren't 900 million available. They're held by institutions already, and a bunch of there might be 300 million floating around. You take 100 of that off the street, there's only 200 floating around. There's 180 million short. Hello, we're at 45% short interest in a technical way. We're that short. This stock will go to 25 a share very quickly. You thought GameStop was ridiculous, going to $60 a share 2 months ago? What about this outfit? These guys who are making money. They're not trying to survive as a brick and mortar bank. They're making money and growing their membership now to 8.8 million at a rate of 2.5 million a year at the moment, and that I think is about to go much larger. This stock would then really pop. But again, I'm only talking to 194 people right now. There's 194 people watching me right now, listening to Uncle Bruce rant about how great Sofi is. Not 1,900, not 19,000, not 194,000, not 1.9 million. There's 194 who are here, who are hearing what I'm saying. You going to get this from any analyst out there? By the way, don't forget. Do not forget, or if you don't remember or you never knew this company 6 months ago raised $835 million in capital by issuing a convertible note that they have to pay 1% interest on. If I got my numbers correct, I think they have to pay 1% interest, 1.25 maybe. They eliminated a 15% cost of a note that they had outstanding, preferred shares that were going to cost them 15% interest. They bought that out, turned around and converted it into 1.25% instead. And even that $835 million is convertible into free trading stock through an option, a stock option that the company took out on itself. Hello, a capped call transaction, which went into the money at $7.27 a share. $7.27 a share. We're $7.58 right now. So the option that they have on themselves is in the money now. 21 cents. 17, 11 cents, whatever it is. We're at 758, 759. The shares, if they run up to 1454, that maxes out the options upside. The company cannot make any more money on itself only up to 1454. But at 1454 a share, at that number, that specific number, the company has made so much money on its call option on itself. Okay, I don't know how much more of a leap of faith you need to know about. They bet on themselves to 1454. At 1454, they make so much money on their option, the book value, the gain, that it covers the entire $835 million issuance of stock. Issuance of debt. Pardon me. They have the right to call the option. It's a call option. And the broker, JP Morgan, will then hand them $100 million plus shares of the company. Free trading stock that these guys either have or have to buy, so that the company can take the stock and hand stock to the entities that they borrowed the money from, in eliminating the 1% interest thing that they got going, and taking 100+ million shares of free trading paper off the street, which again is part of this 900 million shares that exist. This stock will now be not available anymore. It's now going to be held by institutional investors instead, who have a cost factor of about $9.50 something a share. That is their net price that they're getting the stock at. It's rated at about 9 something. That's why it's about a $100 million stock. This is still in the books. This is still ongoing. And for the shareholders of Sofi, for those of you who are just passive investors, you're going to note that, the company does not owe $835 or $40 million to anyone. They've just turned that into equity, which is already outstanding. No shares will be issued from the Treasury to pay this. Not a single share is coming from the Treasury. This is stock from the street. All of a sudden, the float just went down. The book value just went up. The debt went down against the company. The net effect is it's a twofer. You take a liability and turn it into an asset. And what you have is a $1.7 billion gain in book value to the shareholders of Sofi. This is your buddy Anthony Noto at work with his Wall Street pals. This has been ongoing now for 6+ months. No one talks about it. Nobody talks about it. So, welcome to the party, pal. I'm glad you're here. 212 people are in the house. I thank you. I got a poll question for you today. You want to answer it? You want to take a shot at it? The poll question here, the poll I put together: should SoFi shareholders, if you're a shareholder of SoFi, should SoFi shareholders start writing covered call options now on their SoFi shares, or should they wait until at least the stock breaks $10 a share? What do you think about that? And 139 of you are brave enough to stand up and say, I'm going to answer this guy's poll question. I'm not afraid of this question. I'm happy to talk about it. 140 now. 52% of you saying, yeah, I should write options. I think they should write options now. And 49% are going, or 48%, no, wait till it goes to 10. Wait till at least breaks 10 before you even think about writing options on this thing. That's the answer so far I'm getting here. 81 of you have given us a thumbs up. I thank you for that. Appreciate it. Well, if you don't know how to write a stock option against a stock, it might be worth your while to head to my website, and you can check out at Bruce Farmer, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. That's my website. You could check out my classes on how to write options and bring income into your hot little hands on stock like SoFi, or stock like GameStop, or stock like Apple, or whatever stock you got. You got 100 shares or more of a company's shares. You probably can write a call option for every 100 shares you've got. You own 1,000 SoFi, you could write 10 contracts. You own 1,000 GameStop, you could write 10 contracts and bring in capital to offer for sale your stock at a set price for a short period of time and get paid an upfront cash payment to do that. Sit there, fold your arms for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever distance these contracts have got to go. And if the shares don't go over a certain price that you've set for the contract, those contracts expire. You keep all the money you got paid, and you can write some new contracts again. I have viewers who write contracts every month, every week, every 2 months, 3 months, every 6 months, every year. They just write options against stock they own, and they take this added income and go, thank you, sir, may I have another? And you can do whatever you want with the money. You get it the same day. Within 24 hours, it's in your account. You can do whatever you want with the cash when you write stock options. Take classes 1 and 2 out of the 17 I've done, and you'll understand what options are, how they work, how they get created, how they die, how they go up in value, how they go down in value, how to write them. And you can probably learn enough just on 1 and 2 to start writing call options. But if you want something a little extra, you feel you deserve a little more, well, hey, here's a deal that dies tomorrow. This deal dies tomorrow night at midnight. It's a 5 for 4 deal. I've had this going all July. If you're just joining me today, where the hell you been? Welcome. There's a 5 for 4 deal. If you want to take advantage of this deal, you got to send me an email. You got to get off your duff. You got to send me an email and just say, Uncle Bruce, here it is, brucefarm@hotmail.com. I want in. I'm going to send you $5.99.99 US funds. I'll send it to you to your PayPal account. That's right here. Bruce Farmer, paypal.com at Bruce Farmer Traveling with Bruce. The name of my original channel. I have 2 channels. That's how you find me. That's where you send the dollars. Send $5.99.99 to paypal.com, Bruce Farmer Traveling with Bruce. Then send me an email. After you make the payment, send me an email. Bruce, I would like classes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would like classes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would like classes 5, 9, 11, and 17. Whatever 5 you want, you let me know. You want 10 for the price of 8? You want 15 for the price of 12? Just double or triple the offer. You need 9 classes to finish your collection. You've watched 9 of them or 8 of them or whatever. You need 9 more to finish it off. And this deal is too good to pass up. It is a good deal. Well, then multiply how many classes you need by $120 a class. Just 20% off. 5 for 4. Fire me the U.S. equivalent of that. So you need 9 classes times $120. Get your calculator out. Fire me that donation and send me an email saying, I need 9 classes. I just sent you the money for 9 classes. Here are the numbers I need to finish my collection. Or whatever, 7 you want, 6, 5 or more, you let me know. Okay? Well, enough of that. Look, thank you all for joining this channel and being part of this community. Thank you to those of you who are subscribers. Thank you for those of you who are becoming members of this channel. If you're becoming a member of this channel, you have really stepped up to help this guy stick around a while. I appreciate you. Mike W., good morning. I sent a PayPal for some lessons on enjoy your cruise, by the way. Mike W., thank you. Member for 17 months on this channel. Thank you again for all of you for your support of this man's channel. It is appreciated. If you have any questions about your classes or you need any help, you let me know. Yep, I got it. I got it. Mike, I got it. It came in. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. If you want to, I'll send you your links after the show's over. As I say, if you want to talk to me one-on-one about your situation, you're sitting there at home going, I know what you're saying about Sofi. I know what you're saying about option writing. I know all this, and I appreciate everything you're saying, and it means a lot to me, and it's really resonating. But we have a situation here in the house that happened to us in the last month. We got the 3 o'clock in the morning phone call, and it's changed everything. Now, some of you got a layoff notice in the last month or 2 or 3. Or you know someone that got a layoff notice in the last month or 2 or 3, or week or day. There are a lot of people here who have had a profound impact on their personal lives over the last 1 or 2 or 3 years. And for some of them, an idea that came to them was, why don't we talk to him one-on-one about our situation? And here's a guy who doesn't know us. No one in the family knows this guy. He'll never show up at Thanksgiving dinner. And we can talk to him about whatever we want and just get an outside opinion from someone who's kind of been around a while. If I can help, let me know. If I can help you adjust your option writing strategies to help you maximize your returns, I'm happy to talk to you about it. You decide if and when you want to do something like that. Thank you all so much for, again, your support of this YouTuber. I cannot begin to thank you enough for your for all of your support. All right, so there you go. We're coming up to 28 minutes from now, and we're going to start trading on the day here. We're going to see just what happens here. Thank you again for those of you who are always here, as like I said, as subscribers. As members, thank you. We're going to go right now, member-only content, because I can only do so much at one time. Thank you again for those of you who are here. If you're a member of this channel, you can make commentary. If you're not a member of this channel, you're able to watch for free. I appreciate you that. If you would like to make a comment, but you don't want to be a member of this channel, you don't want anything to do with the membership of this channel, but you'd like to make a comment, you can always do a super chat. And I thank you for those. Everything else, YouTube will thank you too, because YouTube gets 30% of any super chat money that you send our way. They don't mind that either. That's how this channel, by the way, survives. We're only on the air because YouTube tolerates this old man ranting away. But it's the memberships that keep me going. YouTube does get 30% of the membership revenue on any channel that you're a member of. If you become join any channel as a member, YouTube gets 30% of the action. I have more Gold Bagel members on my channel than any other members. There's two levels of membership. There's the Chillin' with Uncle Bruce level, that's $10 a month, and then there's the Gold Bagel member 25. I have more people paying me paying YouTube $25 a month than $10 a month to be part of this show and channel, and that's because we do a show every morning for Gold Bagel members exclusively half an hour before this show starts. So if you're a Gold Bagel member, you've already been here for over an hour. Also, Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern, tomorrow night, Primetime Live, Gold Bagel members only, live, Gold Bagel members and Uncle Bruce. We talk about all kinds of strategies, all kinds of option stuff. We just cover the bases. So you want to become part of the family, become a Gold Bagel member. And if you do, there's one more thing. You become a Gold Bagel member and send me an email. You let me know what your Gold Bagel name is. What do you call yourself over here? What's your handle? I'll send you a link information so you can become part of the Discord chat group of this channel. Gold Bagel members hang out together on a chat group, and you're welcome to join it. I'm not there. I don't run that group. I don't participate in it. It is purely for you as members of this channel to hang out when I'm not around. And people talk 24/7 on all kinds of stuff. They compare notes about brokerage firms, commission rates, margin requirements. Have you ever had this problem before? Or what do I do about getting a better commission? Some of you have helped other viewers get a lower commission rate on your option trades by being part of the Discord group. You've figured out what to say on the phone call when you call the 800 number, all this stuff. It pays to work together, and that's what is happening here with this channel, because this channel is dominated by option writers. Stock option writers are the dominant group that follow this channel, including Sofi fans, including fans of GameStop and others, but we are predominantly here. I am kind of leading a group here of option writers and trying to give you my opinion on what you can do and how you can do option trading or option writing to make a bunch of money. Okay? For those of you who are thinking of quitting your day jobs, you've come to the right place. If you want a side gig to be your own self-employed kind of person, whether you're fully retired, somewhat semi-retired, or you're going to work only part-time now on the side, work and be a full-time option writer, this is going to be your primary income source, you've come to the right channel. I thank you for doing that. Welcome to the program. And like I said, you'll want to be a Gold Bagel member and a Discord member as well to get the full experience. And why not take advantage of it? There's no extra charge to do it. Thank you all so much. What can I say? Yippee Kaye is here. How you doing there, buddy? I haven't seen you as a member for a while. I wrote cover calls for 7 on Sofi when it was 650. I was upside down, bought back for 180, wrote a 7 and a 10 expiring first quarter 2025, and I made 500. Took classes 1 and 2. Yippee-ki-yay. There you go. Giddy up. What can we say? What else is going on? Welcome all to the program. We have 100 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. Noto's coming on CNBC. He'll be on Fox Business. He'll be on Bloomberg. He'll be talking to Wall Street Journal. He'll do the whole media thing. Non-stop media coverage all day. Noto will be doing what he does every 3 months, promoting the company and what's going on, explaining to the world why in God's name aren't you a shareholder of this company. I buy stock myself every 3 months. I don't know why you aren't doing it. In any event, he's going to do his thing, and they won't trip him up. They won't make him look stupid. He's going to be just fine. Hector, number 100. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for these thumbs ups, you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for answering the poll question. We now have. Let's take a look here. Let's get a refresh going through here. We are now pushing 102 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And we have 177 votes now for our poll question so far today. Pretty good start. Should SoFi shareholders start writing covered calls now or wait until the shares break $10 before they start writing covered calls? 53% are going, you could write now. 47% going, nah, why don't you wait until they go to 10 first, and then you can write 12s and you can write 13s, you could write 15s maybe. Maybe wait until it's $10 a share. So that if you write 12s and you get $2.50 for the 12s, you'll be selling out at $14.50 a share. And almost everybody on this channel would be making money if they were paid $14.50 a share for this stock. There's little doubt of that. So maybe that's the best way to go. By the way, 8 million shares of trading in the pre-market is what we're approaching now. 754 last trade, up 21 cents on the session for SoFi today. SoFi trading about 8 million shares. Okay, let's see what happens. Rocket Lab is up 14 right now, 546. We got GameStop unchanged. We've got Matterport down about 5 cents a share. We're waiting for details on the closing of that merger. We're watching 23andMe. It looks like 23andMe it's got a couple things going on. First things first, the management of the company wants to ensure that the stock of 23andMe does not get delisted. So the first thing the management is doing through the board of directors is sending out a vote to the shareholders. It's an annual meeting thing, and included in the annual meeting list of what to vote on is giving the management the right, if necessary, to do a rollback of the shares to ensure that the shares will trade higher than $1 a share to maintain its listing standards. Now, the talk has been maybe 5 for 1. Shares are around 45 cents a share. 5 for 1 rollback would put the stock at 2 to 220. If they were to do an 8 to 1 rollback, that would be around a 320 stock. They did a 10 for 1 rollback, it would be 450 a share ish. These are the possibilities. It doesn't address the elephant in the room, the one thing that we've been waiting for, and that is there going to be a takeover of this company? Is this company going to be bought out by the CEO? Is the CEO going to take this company over? It can still happen. It won't change the price, the actual dollar amount that will be required. I don't know. I don't have any info on that. We're watching the stock every day to see what it's doing, and it's in 40-cent range. And that's all I got. This is a former SPAC at one time. They raised hundreds of millions of dollars. They've raised money from a lot of pretty high-end people out there. And I've got no information. I cannot provide any information to any of you with regard to insider knowledge and what's going on. It's a 44.5-cent stock, and I don't know what's next. I'm waiting to find out. Spire is up 41 cents itself at $14.27. SmartRent is down 5 cents a share? No, down 50 cents a share this morning in the pre-market. What is going on with SmartRent? The stock is $188 a share, down 52 cents. And let's see if we have any news here. CEO departure, that is being announced. Lucas Haldeman's departure has been released. Let's see. A transition plan is what they're talking about. A CEO transition plan. This is the official announcement. SmartRent says Lucas Haldeman steps down as CEO and resigns from the board. The board of directors forms an operating committee to oversee company's operations. Management committee of current SmartRent executives to guide company on an interim basis. The company, a leading provider of smart communities and smart operations solutions for the rental housing industry, today announced a CEO transition plan under which Lucas has stepped down from his position effective July 29, and John Dorman, the board's lead independent director, has been appointed chairman of the board, and the board has formed a management committee of current executives to guide the company through the transition period. The board has initiated a search to identify the next CEO of SmartRent and is working with a leading executive search firm to assist in the process of identifying and evaluating candidates. SmartRent is a market leader with an outstanding suite of products, technology, services that provides enormous value to customers, says Dorman. They've successfully developed and deployed a range of products and services that customers love and depend upon because of the way they streamline operations, reduce costs, protect assets, and provide convenience and overall improved resident experience. Let's see what's going on. They're looking for they take the company to a new phase of growth as they scale and mature. The board decided that SmartRent will benefit from a CEO with a different skill set and fresh perspective. Okay. On a preliminary basis, the company expects second quarter 2024 total revenue $48.5 million, a decrease of 9% from the same period of last year, slightly below the guidance range of $49 million to $55 million, by about $500,000 to $5 million less. The company expects a net loss in the second quarter of $4.6 million, which is a 55% improvement year over year. Adjusted EBITDA is expected to be $0.9 million for the quarter, above the guidance range of $500,000. Sales revenue is expected to be $12.8 million for the quarter, an increase of 32% over the year prior. Full year 24 outlook: in light of the pending CEO transition and the scaling back of SmartRent's channel partner program and continued increased market headwinds, including known and anticipated customer capital spending delays, the company is suspending its previous guidance for the full year of 2024. The company advises investors they should not rely on the outlook previously provided by management. And that's why the stock is down. They're going to hold a conference call on August the 7th, next week, to discuss second quarter results at that time. There you go. So, with that kind of a development, yeah, no kidding. The stock is off 52 cents to 188.26. The 52-week range of this stock had been $2.12 for the low, $4 for the high. Now we're at 186 in the pre-market, down 54 cents. So this will be, if the stock opens in this area, an all-time low price for the stock, as far as I know, certainly 52-week low at this point in time. I do know, and I have been aware, that there was a group of investors that the largest group of investors that are not on the board of directors, they don't run the company, that are upset with how the shares had been performing and how the company had been doing under current management. And so I have a suspicion that there has been a move afoot to oust Haldeman, the CEO, to get rid of this guy. And it looks like the shareholder group has succeeded in convincing the board to look for somebody new and take the company in another direction. Now, does this mean that the company is a takeover target? Yes. Does it mean it will be taken over? I don't know. Is it possible that the shareholder group that is raising the fuss is already trying to find a suitor for the company? Maybe. Intrigue in the boardroom, absolute intrigue going on here. A power struggle is happening, and the first victim has fallen, the CEO. Now, this is no surprise, because if you get an activist group of investors hostile to the CEO coming in and raising all kinds of stink about what's not going on, what's not working out, then the CEO's days are either numbered or not. And in this case, they were numbered, and he's out. And so there you go. So short-term uncertainty has hit the stock at the moment. How long will it last, and will the shares bounce back to 220, 230 in the next couple of days? I don't know. We'll find out when we know. All right. Bloomberg is saying Noto will be on Bloomberg at 10:30 Eastern. That's 8:30 our time here in Calgary. It's an hour and 13 minutes from now. Noto will be on the show. Okay. All right. Matterport. People are asking about Matterport. What is going on, Bruce, with Matterport? I don't have an answer for you from an insider perspective. I can only say that Matterport shareholders approved the takeover of their company at a $5.50 a share valuation. It's $2.75 in cash and $2.75 of CoStar shares. That's been approved by both board of directors and the shareholders of Matterport. The question now is, when does the deal officially close out? And I don't have the actual date of that at the moment. When I know it, I'll pass it on. I'm keeping an eye on this info as best I can. I do not know when this deal closes out. I believe there are some legals outstanding, and I do not know how serious they are. I don't know if they have anything to do with the deal working or not. I think the deal will go through myself, but timing I can't exactly say. So in the meantime, the shares trade on the market as Matterport, even though both companies want to merge together into CoStar. Apple right now is up 154, by the way. Earnings come out day after tomorrow. Tesla's up 184. Microsoft earnings come out tonight after the close. We're up $1.30 in the pre-market. Google's up 93 cents. Amazon up 122. Nvidia's up 31 cents. Meta Platforms is up 45 cents. Goldman Sachs up 3.13 a share. Goldman Sachs. Cisco up a penny. ARC Innovation up 9. Pfizer, good results apparently today on financials, up 38 cents to 31.10 a share. We've got HPQ unchanged. We have Unity up a dime. AI up 2 cents. Adobe up 260. The Spiders are up 140. The Qs are up 170. Netflix up 91 cents. IBM up 9 cents to 191.59. Vanik Semiconductors up 98 cents. Home Depot up a penny. Enphase up 62. Palantir up 8. And Uber up 25 cents. We open in 10 minutes for the session. We're going to see just what the shares and what the markets want to do. We're up 21 cents on SoFi. Not much of a run here at all. Up 2.8% on 8.3 million volume at the moment on the stock. The shares are not doing much. We have been wondering now for a month, 3 weeks, ever since this date was announced for the results, that would the shares take a run into the $10, $12 level coming into the earnings. Nothing happened. We broke $8 a week and a half ago, lasted a day or two, faltered, even dropped under $7 in a pre-market session the other day. And here we are now at $7 and about 56, 55 cents a share. And so it's a nothing burger in the big picture. We used to wonder in a year or two ago, we used to watch if SoFi shares would drop the minute they announced their numbers, that the numbers just weren't going to be good enough. Now they don't seem to drop, but they're not looking like they are going to take off anywhere soon. And here we're at 754. I am waiting and wondering whether we're going to get a momentum run coming into the end of the current quarter, or are there going to be any stock analysts out there, futurists, who are going to say, the days of this stock under $10 are absolutely numbered because of factors like this and this and this and this. And I'm waiting to see if and who and what will step up first. I have no idea who's going to say what and when, but in my humble opinion, this entity is well on its way to serious profitability. Serious numbers are coming out of this thing. But hey, I don't run the market. I talk to 241 people right now. That's how many are here, and I welcome you all to the channel, to my show, to my rants, and to my opinions. And agree with me or not, up to you. You have to decide for yourselves what's the best way to go forward with your investments. Now, those of you who hold SoFi, my advice to you, what should you do? Nothing. Just be like the Godfather in part 2 at the beginning of the movie when he's talking to the senator about what kind of a bribe he's going to give the senator for licensing and all kinds of ideas to make money in Nevada. I offer you nothing. That's what I think that you should do with SoFi. Sit on the stock, fold your arms, and say, you know what? I'm not giving this away. Are you out of your mind? These guys just had a $65 million profit increase from a year ago to this year on the second quarter. And this wasn't a great year. This was not a great year for banks. And yet this little bank did rather well. Could it be that between the second quarter of this year and the second quarter of next year that they add 100 million in added profitability. What about that? That's a 10 cent a share gain in earnings quarter over quarter, over and above what they've earned already. Could it be that the third quarter, fourth quarter next year, 2025, ultimately could lead to the company earning $1 a share for the entire year? Because the second quarter is notoriously the worst quarter of the year, apparently. $1 a share net earnings projected for this company at 30, 40 times PE multiple, $30 to $40 a share. That is the possibility. This is my opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to follow it. You don't have to believe it. But it's my humble opinion. I think a year from now, this could be a $30, $40 stock. Could be. But you decide. You want to wait this out or not? Totally up to you. You want to write options right now, bring money in on this stock, and buy more shares right now? There's a strategy. You could certainly consider that. You want to write $10 call options against your Sofi shares that expire in January 2026. A $10 call option will give you about $1.65, maybe $1.75 this morning. You could theoretically do that. I don't know. You want to write June 26. You can go further out. You can write June 26 expiries. The $10 calls are about 205 last night. They might be 210, 215 this morning. Look, you got 1,000 shares of Sofi, and you can write 10 $2 calls. You'll bring in $2,000. That's almost enough money to buy 300 more shares. You would certainly buy 200 more, write 2 contracts on those, and with the money left over and this money coming in now on the additional 2 you just wrote, you can definitely buy another share. So you can increase your ownership of stock by 30% by offering $10 contracts on your stock. In other words, you're saying to the market, you know what, I got 1,300 shares now. I used to have 1,000. Now I have 1,300, and you can have them at $10 a piece. Take them off my hands. Because right now, 1,000 shares is worth $7,580. It's $7.58 a share. But 1,300 at $10 is worth $13,000. So I'll go from 7,500, Bruce, to 13,000 by next June 2026. Not a bad return on my money. I can't get that kind of interest on my money. You could do that if you wanted to. You don't have to. You could write instead $7 calls on GameStop, on Sofi. You can write $7 calls that expire June the 20 in 2026. You probably get about, maybe this morning you might get $3 a share for those sevens, which means you're selling at 10. By the way, you're only going to get 10 net. But with $3 a share right now, you'd get $3,000 on 10 contracts. If you own 1,000 shares, you could take the 3,000 and buy probably 400 more shares. You'd have 1,400. You're writing 4 more contracts right away, which will bring in another $1,200, which could let you buy another 100 shares, and you could write another contract. You now have 1,500 shares at $7 a piece in the money. And if you get taken out at $7 a piece on 1,500 shares, that's $10,500, where right now you're sitting on $7,500 of value. Up to you. Which way do you want to go? That could be an opportunity. It could be a choice. July 25s that only die in 4 months from now, you could write $8 calls, $9 calls, $10 calls. If you want to write out of the money options, if you wrote $8 calls of the stock now $7.58, they might be trading this morning around 120, 125 maybe. They were 110 last night, with the stock up a little bit here. If the shares popped to $8 this morning, maybe you can get $1.30, $1.40 for them, and you would be basically selling your stock at $8 plus $1.35, which would be $9.35 a share for January 2025. You could possibly write 9s and maybe get 80, 85 cents for the 9s, which will give you $9.85. If you wrote the 10s for this coming January, 65 cents maybe, 70, maybe 70 cents. That would be $10.70 if you were to do that. So you have a couple of options, a couple of choices totally all in your hands if you wanted to make these kinds of moves. Of course, anytime you want, you could write cash secured puts on SoFi. You have to ask yourself, is it worth my time and my money to wait for a January 2025 or 26 or beyond? Do you want to do something of that nature? If you were to write a put contract, a cash secured put contract, you could probably haul in for, say, let's take a look here for maybe January 2025. If you were to write a $7 cash secured put, which is now out of the money, you would get maybe 90 cents, something like that. They were trading at $1 yesterday. If you were to go to January 26, a year further, 1 year, 3 months, 1 year, 4 months out, and you wanted to write $10 cash secured put, you need to put up $1,000 for every put you want to write, but you would be paid $380 a share, $370 a share. So, put up 1,000 and get 370 back, 37% on your money for 1 year and 3 months. Where you are offering to buy the stock at $10 a share. You're willing to pay 10, but they're giving you 370 right now. So you're paying $630 a share for a year and 3 months. That's what you're offering to do. Stock stays over these levels here and goes to $10 a share or more. You keep all $3.70 or so. $370 a contract. Now, if you can write 10 contracts, you got 10 grand lying around. You got 1,000 shares of SoFi. You could sell them at say $8 today. Bring in 8 grand. Add a couple of grand to that. Make it $10,000. You could write $10 cash secured puts on SoFi. Good till January 26. You could bring in $3,700 on your $10,000. You can do whatever you want with that $3,700. The 10 grand you got to leave alone because that's your security to pay $10 a share for the stock if necessary. A shares go to $11 in the next year and a half. Those puts are worthless. All $3,700 is yours, and the 10 grand is yours, and you can do whatever you want from there on. You've turned 10 grand into $13,700 between now and January 2026. Just as an idea. I'm just saying it's something you could consider. Larry Titus, thank you, my friend, for hitting the bells. We're open, we're trading, we're up and we're running, and away we go. What is this market going to do now? Now that we're open, we're actually trading now for real. We're up 100 points on the Dow. AI is up 13 cents. GameStop's up 14 cents. And SoFi is 764, is up 31 cents. Best level, now it's 778. SoFi is now 778. Do you want to write options on this thing? Or do you want to just let it run up? It's up 45 cents. To start the session, 778, this is the high today, 13 million volume in 1 minute. Is there a buyer trying to buy up this stock right now? Maybe there is. Maybe there are buyers who are in need of stock. Why? There's 180 plus million shares shorted on SoFi. 18.5% of the stock that is free trading is shorted. That's way more than GameStop. GameStop has 10.5% short interest. This one has 18% short interest. 778 last trade on SoFi, up 51 cents a share. Well, welcome to the SoFi party, folks. I kind of wonder what's just going to happen here on our day. 784 now, up again on SoFi. 784 gain at the moment, and Noto is doing the rounds with the media. 788 right now, up 55. Richard Carlin, neat. There you go. Thank you. Spicy Android. Bells, baby. Bells. Here we go. Romero, if one were to write $10 covered calls for 2026 and you got $2, and the next month those contracts were $150, one could buy close and get 50 cents a share on your pocket, correct? Yes, of course. Of course. If you let the stock take a run right now and you write $10 calls and you get $2 for them and then they drop 3 months later to $1.50, you buy them back, you just made 50 cents a share writing 10s. Now you can write 12s, you can write 8s. You just check the option chain and see what you can get when you can get it. RB, thank you, Bruce, for your hard work here. My puts look so green, green, green on SoFi. Those of you who have written $7 cash secured puts months ago, 8s, 10s, 12s, the higher the stock goes, the lower they go, of course, and you win. Of course, you're going to win. Totally up to you how you want to play this. 784 last trade on SoFi right now. That's what I'm showing at the moment. As the stock is just, trading along here, 2-3 minutes into the opening. Welcome to the party, pal. 9:34 Eastern time. And we're at 785, 786 right now on SoFi shares, up about 53 cents a share. Volume is now approaching 16.8 million in 6 minutes. So we got a nice start. 792 now for SoFi, 792, up 59 cents a share. So we got some upward movement here. Thank you very much. Welcome to the party, pals. Great to have you here. And like I say, we're just trying to figure out what's going to happen. The Dow's up 165. Thank you. S&P's up 17. Nasdaq up 54. Oil down 75 cents at 75.08 a barrel. Oil is falling again. Interesting stuff. 786 last trade on SoFi. High of the day 794. Volume definitely over 16 million, 18 million now in 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes, 18 million. There was a definite backlog of buy interest on the stock going into the pre-market, coming out of the pre-market. Here we are. 785 a share. So welcome to the party. GameStop is up 16 cents. Thank you. It's traded a total of 500,000 shares. So GameStop is getting nothing in attention at the moment. It's all falling on SoFi. I will say, if GameStop were to buy $1 billion worth of SoFi stock, it would take GameStop shares to $40 a share. Just saying. Because if SoFi shares were to go up to $20 a share, GameStop shares will go up to $40 a share. But Mr. Ryan, Mr. Cohen, just is not paying attention to my suggestions. He has obviously other advisors telling him what not to do or what to do with his dough. And for whatever reason, they're not making a move into SoFi. And they've had opportunities for months to move into the SoFi in the low 7 range. They could have been picking off SoFi left, right, and crazy and would be scoring. It's still not too late. I mean, at 775, it's not too late. But I don't know how much easier I can make it for a company like GameStop to get very wealthy buying into SoFi. Just pick up, just to announce that you've bought 50 million shares. Just announce it. Watch what happens to the GameStop shares if they did that. Oh my God, both of them would just pop. The meme market, the meme army behind GameStop coming into SoFi. Oh, jeez. They'll trade 500 million shares a day for a month, $20 a share. It's gone. And that takes GameStop to 40, 45 a share. Who would not be happy? Who? GameStop could do another 100 million share offering at $35 a share and haul in another $3.5 billion. Now they'd have $7.7 billion in cash, plus SoFi's gain triple, which is $3 billion. They would be at now $9 billion value in cash and stock. Cash and prices, you gotta love it. I'm just trying to help out. I'm just a guy talking to 270 people, going, they could do this. They got the money. Why wouldn't you do it? I don't understand the mentality of some of these guys. Maybe I'm too old. They're too young. Cohen isn't even 40. Maybe that's it. He just doesn't. He's got the wrong advisors. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all for hanging around. It's great to have you here. Could interest rates be cut tomorrow? Maybe. Will interest rates be cut by September? Probably. Would that run SoFi to 9 to 10 a share? Yeah, just that. Just that mentality shift could already move it. Any kind of stock buying by people squeezing the shorters. Oh my God, this thing's gone. And the closer to 1454, it gets crazier because the moment the market figures out that at 1454 all hell breaks loose to the upside, that takes the stock from 1454 to 1954 in one day. Mark my words on that. One day, $5 a share. Game over. Just, but who wants to listen to a face for radio? I mean, come on, what does he know? He doesn't know anything. Zed Estate number 145. Thank you. Thank you, Zed Estate, for the thumbs up. Well, let's see what happens, kids. We're trying. I try as hard as I can to help. Free advice. Don't even have to pay me for it. I mean, talk about easy peasy. 149 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. We're up 151 on the Dow. The poll question, we have 280 votes. 56 to 44% is the split right now. Should SoFi shareholders start writing covered call options now while the stock's around 766, 775? Or should they wait until the shares break $10 a share first? 56% say now. 44% say later. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for popping through. It's great to see you. Oh, boy. Anyway, okay. Nathan Neal is saying, hey, listen, I know what a dollar is and I know what cents are, but there are times you speak of points and I'm not sure what a point represents. Well, yes, well, the Dow Jones Industrials goes in points. Currencies go in dollars. Shares trade in dollars or percentages. It's all percentages, really, when it's all said and done. But that's how this works. Just hang around, Nathan. You hang around long enough, you're going to get it. It's all just going to become your second language. And you'll find as each day goes by and each week goes by and each month goes by, you are going to catch up with friends and relatives and coworkers and people you haven't seen in a while. And they'll ask you what you've been doing, what's going on in your life, what's happening. And you will casually mention you follow the markets more than you've ever followed them before. And they go, oh, yeah, well, what are you watching? And then you'll explain what you're doing, and they'll look at you with glazed eyes going, I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand what you mean, because you are leaving the world behind you. You're moving upwards, forwards, higher up. It's subtle, but it's real. In any event, it's going to be okay. Thank you all for being here. Hey, did you know? I found out something yesterday. I thought I'd let you in on some interesting statistics. I know some of you people are numbers people. Did you know the net worth of Americans? What the numbers are for net worth? A couple little ditties for you. Did you know that the lowest 20 percentile of Americans have a average net worth of $6,000? The lowest 20% have an average net worth of $6,000. They generate an average income of $27,000 a year. That is the lowest 20 percentile of Americans. Now, this doesn't include children, okay? Get that out of there. This doesn't include retired 90-year-olds. Get that out. We're talking about active working people. Okay, so I'm going to guess from age 20 to 70. Okay, average net worth $6,000 for the bottom 20%. For the lower middle class, which is the next 20 percentile, okay, average net worth $43,000. Average income $48,500 a year in America. Just to kind of give you an idea, where do you fit in? Just kind of think about that. The middle class, that is the third 20 percentile. Okay, there's the first 20, the second 20, the next 20%. That is the middle class of America. The average net worth of a middle class American is $104,000, and the average income is $71,000 a year. Now, that probably includes benefits like health care, retirement, all that. But there it is. There's 104,000, 71,000. All right. Upper middle class, the next 20 percentile, the upper middle class, the average net worth is $201,800, and the annual income is approximately $125,000 a year, $10,000 a month, is the upper middle class. Okay, and then the upper class, that's the final 20 percentile. Net worth $609,000, and income per year 187, about 15,000 a month, is the average of the upper level. All right. What I'm doing here for you guys is trying to tell you, look, if you can become an option writer and you get good at it, and you dedicate yourself to this, you grab the 17 classes I put out there, you're hanging out with this gang every day, you become a Gold Bagel member, you join the Discord group, you become a follower and a group member of the option writing class. I'm trying to get you to the upper class. I'm trying to get you to do more than 15,000 a month in revenue. I'm trying to get you to haul in income of 20 to 30,000 a month. Trying to get you to 240,000 a year to 360,000 a year, approximately. I have overachievers, I've got underachievers, and everything else. But look at these numbers. For you to generate, if you're a middle class American right now and you're watching me, you are likely in the $43,000 asset value and $48,500 income. Now, some of you have more assets than that, but the income is accurate. Some of you have a higher income, maybe $60,000 a year, but the assets you have aren't there because you're coming out of the student debt thing. You've borrowed on a car. You can't afford to buy a house. You're just renting. You're building and building. Some of you in the middle class and the upper middle class, it all varies, it all fluctuates, but you've come here and you've said to yourselves, I've been pounding myself like crazy. I've just been pounding it at the office and everything I do to get to a certain level. And I now need an outside gig to take me to the next level because my employer does not have for me what I have in mind for my ultimate success. My ultimate success is to be in the upper middle class, and working for this company, I will never get there. The company's a family business, and I'm not family. They just got taken over by another company. They have no plans for us, no future for us, because we were bought out. We are to be eliminated from existence within 5 years. And so you're looking at an outside gig. You found this channel and going, is this possible? Can I ultimately rack in some cash writing options that can help to add income to what I'm making and or bring enough income in where I can arrange my assets to be an option writer extraordinaire, to really prime my account to be an option income generator, and that will be double what I make at work. Is this really here? He keeps talking about this. His viewers keep talking about it. They talk about it on that comment section over there all the time. Is this truly what's going on? There's only one way to find out. You got to try it. You got to give it a shot. 5 for 4 classes gets you into this thing already. Hanging out here gets you into it already. Practice accounts, free, no risk, gets you into doing it. You have no excuses. You have no excuses to try this. What's the alternative? Stay where you are and get the shit kicked out of you? What? No. These little numbers over here are a tell. They are a tell. I'm shocked at how bad they are. I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked that middle class has a $71,000 average income, because in this inflationary environment of 7, 8, 10, 12% the last couple of years, 71,000 a year. 5 years ago, 71,000 a year was a middle class lifestyle. I contend that today, 71,000 After taxes come off of that, what do you got left? 45 grand? Where are you going with 45,000 a year? Where do you get off thinking that in 15 years you're going to retire? 20 years you're going to retire. You're not retiring. You're a social security basket case in 20 years. If you're only generating 45,000 a year clear today, in 10 years from now, that's like making 30,000 a year clear today. You're not getting a house. You're not getting a nice new car. You're not going on vacays. You're not retiring until you die. And then you're dead because you're going to be a greeter in Walmart and at age 74. You're going to be a greeter. I'm sorry. You're a basket case for Social Security. And no politician gives a crap about you because you're never going to contribute to their well-being. You're useless. You have got to make a change. You've got to take a chance. Yes, invest in yourself. Give it a shot. Start slow. Build from there. Join the familia here, and let's see how it goes. Thank you all so very much for being part of this channel. Where are we at right now? Look at these stocks. We're up 204 on the Dow. AI is at 27.88, up 48 cents. We've got GameStop up 19 cents, 23.79. SoFi 754, 757, up 24 cents right now. 758 right now on SoFi. The high of the day for SoFi has already been 795 for one trade or two. 32 million volume on SoFi today. 32 million, 0.3 have traded. Thank you. They posted good results, and the stock is underperforming for what it is really worth. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. 246 of you are aware of my opinion because that's how many of you are here. Thank you all. Nvidia down $2, 109.59. Rocket Lab up 2 cents. Matterport is up a half a penny. Smart Rent down 44 cents right now, 195.5. The CEO abruptly resigned yesterday and has left the board of directors. He's been kicked out. You can say he left, he resigned. I think he was given an ultimatum. He took the walk, and he's out of there. 1 million shares traded on Smart Rent, SMRT, 195.5. Last trade, low of the day, 185. 52-week low, 185. And so this is a bargain because I believe activist investors are going to get this stock going. They're going to bring in new management. They might bring in a partner. They might do an amalgamation. There might be a takeover. Who knows? Smart Rent is sitting on cash, no debt. It's $1.99 a share. It's a bargain down here. How long you have to hold it? I don't know. How high it can go? I don't know. But it's not correct to be this cheap. But it is. It's down 41 cents at this moment in time. Apple up 172, Tesla down 366, Google up 22, Microsoft down 56, Netflix is up 538, Meta up 285, Amazon up 70 cents. Spiders are up 154, the triple Qs are up 80 cents. Supermicro Computer 694.88 down 284, Uber up 46, Adobe up 620, AMD up 40, Unity up 5 cents, Enphase down 47 cents. Spire's up 16. ATIP is up 16. Moderna up $3. Cisco up 47 cents. Pfizer's up 26. Had a good report this morning. IBM up 86 cents. HPQ down 2. Home Depot up 73. Vanik Semiconductors down 88. Goldman Sachs up 11.68. Boeing up 130. Target up 87. JP Morgan up 3.64. The banks are surging this morning. Not SoFi. The big boys in Wall Street are surging this morning. When does SoFi catch the wave? When does it get respect? I have no idea. 751 up 18 cents. That's all. And look at the Goldman Sachs at 504.48. This is $5 away from the high of the year. 504. Trading at 16 times earnings. Goldman Sachs. JP Morgan at 214.47, 52-week high, 217, trading at 12 times earnings, up 362 today. These are big, giant, mature bank stocks. SoFi is a grower, busting out faster than these guys are. Stock is not getting the love at 749 on SoFi. I can't. I just can't explain the. I just can't explain. Costco up $3. Walmart down 4 cents. Disney up $1. American Airlines up 42 cents. American Airlines is doing better than SoFi. SoFi is up 17 cents. American Airlines is up 42, and they're losing money. American Airlines jets are getting older. American Airlines service is getting worse. Customers are pissed off. Employees aren't happy, and the stock is up more today than SoFi is, and it makes money. SoFi is growing leaps and bounds. Is there a difference? Is there something not quite right here? Yes, there is something very not quite right here. Okay, AMC's up 14 cents. DraftKings down 12. Royal Caribbean up $1 at the moment. There you go, everybody. Welcome to the party, pals. Sometimes markets ignore the legit stocks they should be into for the stocks they shouldn't be into. And welcome to the stock market. This is where you come in. You are option writers. You are opportunists. You take money from gamblers dumb enough to pay you money for something that's worthless and is going to be worthless in a very short period of time. And you are smart enough to go, I'll take that money. Yeah. You want to give me money for an option that is worthless? That dies in a week, a month, 3 months, 6 months? Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that bet. Casinos do it in Vegas all the time. Every Indian reserve in the country pretty well has casinos that will take your money off you. It's amazing to me how many people go to these places. If you honestly talk to people who go to casinos and ask them, do you know anyone here that actually makes money all the time from casinos? They'll all go, no. Have you ever made money? Oh, yeah, I've made money. Have you lost money? Oh, yeah. Are you up or down since you've come in here? In your entire lifetime? Oh, I'm down. Yeah. Why do you come? Oh, I like it here. I like the people here. I just like hanging around with this atmosphere. I just love that gambling thing. Because you never know. You could become a multimillionaire on one pull. That's why they're there. Option gamblers. These are your folks, the option writers. These gamblers are your people that are going to help you retire today. They're going to help you quit your day job today. They're going to get you out of your cubicle sooner than you ever thought possible. These are the people that are going to take you from the middle class to the lower middle class to the middle class to the upper middle class to the upper class. These are the people. These are the people that will hand you their money. 500 from this person, 1,000 from this person, 1,500 from this person, 200 from that person. You're going to collect money from thousands of gamblers over the next several years for the rest of your life. Tens of thousands of gamblers are going to hand you money, and you're going to generate $187,000 a year. You're going to have a net worth of $608,000 plus dollars, and you will be in the upper middle class. You will be in the upper class. And you're just going to go, I've been doing this for years. Why wouldn't I keep doing it? I'll never forget what's his name. I used to watch that guy every day, 5 days a week. Every morning, an hour before the opening and an hour after the opening. I used to watch this guy. I took all his classes. I had one-on-ones with him. I was a member of his channel. I was part of his Discord group. I'll never, ever forget him. What was that guy's name? I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember. I remember that guy. He showed me the way. SoFi, $7.49, up 16 cents. Oh, what a winner. What can I say? Here we are. Welcome, everybody. James of the Misty Tree. You know, I just bought 100 SoFi on the dip. My first 100 shares of anything ever. Scary, but I know you. I know your family. You got me. I know the family you have. I'm in. There you go. There's another 100 that can't trade anymore. There you go. Giddy up. Let's go, SoFi, baby. Says Snowboarder. Let's go. Noto is on CNBC. I got to mute Uncle Bruce. Okay, there you go. Oh, man. About 90,000 $8 calls and 90,000 $7 puts open interest on SoFi for this Friday. Wow. This is funny stuff. Who cares? I'm going to put a picture of Bruce on the family mantle. He's my uncle. Uncle Bruce. Who cares? I'll be telling the grandkids about their Uncle Bruce. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you so much. Who cares? Bobby, I think he's talking about Aunt Betty YouTube channel. I think that's what he's talking about. I don't know what's going on. We're up 213 points on the Dow. The Dow's trying to help out. It's doing all it can for us. Tesla, unfortunately, is down 360. Microsoft down a dime. It comes out with numbers tonight. Yeah, that's what I'm showing. 2364 on GameStop is up 4 cents. Very, very little going on. AI is up 31 cents. It's doing okay. Sofi right now, 743, 747 neighborhood. NVIDIA down 325. Rocket Lab down a penny. Matterport down 1.5. So it's going red out there. It's going a little negative, although the Dow looks like it's doing just fine. SoFi now, SoFi, the Dow up 224, S&P up 14, NASDAQ up 2 points, oil down 90 cents a barrel, 74.90 something a barrel on crude. We're under 75 on oil, everybody. That is like getting a pay raise for a lot of you folks. That's like getting a tax cut. That is huge. Gasoline is going to drop in cost. This is good stuff. And this is coming into August, the height of the driving season. Gasoline is backing off 74.88 in Texas for oil. Oh, this is good stuff. This is very good stuff. SoFi 738 up 5 cents. That's all. We're only up 5 cents a share on SoFi. Is this time now to write cash secured puts? Is this the moment that you strike and you write a cash secured put because the stock's down to 737 instead of 795? Do you now take on a $7 cash secured put for January 25, or an $8 or a $9 or a $10? Because right now, the $10 cash secured put, if you wrote a $10 put on SoFi expiring on January 17, 2025 coming up, they were going for 282 to 290. You might get 3 to 310 for those. Of course, you're willing to pay $7 a share if you only take 310. But if the stock does go up a couple of dollars between now and January of 2025, these puts will go from 3 to 1. You'll make $2 a share, or 20% on your money, because you have to put up $1,000 to write a $10 put. And if you earn a $2 return on the put, that's $200 against $1,000. That's 20% between now and January 2025. That is, let's see, this is July 30, so August 30, September 30, October 30, November 30, December 30, January. Less than 6 months. 20% in less than 6 months. Is that worth your money? $1,000, $10,000, you get $2,000. If the contracts shrink by $2 to $1, you clear $200 a contract. 10 contracts, $2,000. Put up $10,000, clear $2. Put up $100,000 and clear $20. Put up $1 million and clear $200,000. Put up $10 million and clear $2 million. It's all relative. It's put up 1,000, clear 200. It's the same percentage return. I don't know. Might work for some of you, might not. 728 on SoFi. We're down a nickel. We're down on SoFi. We're going red. These contracts are getting even juicier. Could the 10s be going for 320, 325 now? That's 32% on your $1,000 up front. 675 buyout if you had to buy the stock. I don't know. That's Jan 2025. You want to go to January 2026 put contracts? You could write a $10 Jan 26. I probably would imagine almost $4 by now. They got to be closer to 4. That's interesting. 7s are probably 170, 180, maybe 190 ballpark. I don't know. There might be something there. You could write a $12 cash secured put, for Jan 26. You could do that, a $12. You'd have to put up $1,200, but they would give you probably $525 to $550 for your $1,200. That would mean you're still paying $675 if you got exercised. It's not a bad deal. You get $530 for 1,200 right now. That's more than 40% on your money. It's not a bad thing. You could write 15s and get almost $8. Put up 1,500, get 800 back. Be prepared to pay $7 a share for SoFi from now till Jan 26, but get paid upfront $8 in cash and pull in interest on the money. You get $1,500 plus $8, $2,300. You get interest on your money every day you've got it in there. You can write 10 of those, 15 grand. You'll get 8 grand right now. You'll have $23,000 earning interest right now on your money. Is that worth your time? I don't know. SoFi's down.
Is it?
Yeah. SoFi's down. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Yeah. SoFi was at 728. Yeah, 720. It's now 732 down a penny on the
Beat
day.
the street and it's down.
Oh yeah.
There are people who just don't like this stuff.
Oh! There's no doubt about that. I'm waiting for an analyst to say the stock's worth $3.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for an analyst to say they're not going to be in business in
They're
2
out
years.
there. They're out there,
Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Comments are coming through here. Dude, $7 puts easy money, folks. Splayer, Uncle Bruce calls on one of my positions are selling at 27 cents. Does 33 cents reflect a stink bit? I don't know what to make of that. Charlie, I see the oil prices dropping, but the prices are not dropping at the pump. No way. No.
What? No.
Your local gas retailer is an honest businessman from your community.
Those refineries, they're
good guys. They're all American fans. They love America, don't they? Or do they love American dollars from the saps who are driving gasoline-powered cars? Maybe that's what it is. There's a lot of lobbyists to pay off.
To quote Shakespeare, but Cassius says they are all honorable men, as are they all honorable men.
See? Quick to go up, but never quick to drop.
Romans, countrymen,
Brian,
I
bought back my August 16 $35 covered calls on GameStop for 28 cents. I sold them for $3.14.
Yeah.
Am I doing this right? I'm having a good time. Yeah.
It's the white man bite. There you go.
The white man bite. Richard Carlin. Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning, Richie.
Brian, GameStop and SoFi don't like Tuesdays.
I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him.
There you go. I don't like Tuesdays, says Brian. These stocks don't like Tuesdays, Bruce. 7.34 on SoFi, up 2 cents. 7.35. We're back. Here we go. We're back. Oh my goodness. 23.53 on GameStop. Now, if GameStop took $1 billion and bought SoFi shares, they'd get 100, 110 million, 120 million shares. They would create a short squeeze on SoFi, running it to $30 a share, which would then take the GameStop shares to $40 to $45 a share. I don't know what more to say to the folks at GameStop to make their shareholders very wealthy, make themselves very wealthy. Mr. Cohen owns how many shares of GameStop? You used to talk about the number. It's 8% of the company he owns. His stock would be worth probably double what it is now. He'd do well. Roaring Kitty would be delighted. You can imagine the memes coming out from Roaring Kitty on SoFi and GameStop at the same time. Could you just imagine the meme community jumping into SoFi stock because GameStop owns SoFi stock? Could you just think about that?
You sound like Biff.
I'm doing all I can.
Just
think, McFly.
Think.
You realize what would happen if I handed in my homework in your handwriting? I'd get kicked out of school. You wouldn't want that to happen, would you? No, of course not, Biff. We wouldn't want that to happen.
Of course not.
I do all I can. It's so hard to be right. Brian, let's wait for a little pop and write 5 more contracts for another $1,000 to $2,000. This is my TFSA too. Woohoo! Tax-free earnings. Way to go, Brian. Way to go, pal. Taking in the dough. The Canadians are taking it in. The Americans are taking in the money. The Brits are taking in money. Germans are taking in money. Netherlanders, Hollanders. What do you call those people?
Dutch.
Dutch. Don't trust the Dutch. They are making money. The French are making money. Italians are making money.
That's another movie quote. People are going to wonder.
That's right. Don't trust the Dutch. What movie is that from?
Yeah,
Dutch.
Yeah.
Don't trust the Dutch. The Swiss are making money.
Everybody.
The Spanish folks are making money. Italians are making money. I got people making money all over the world around here, writing options and going, I can't believe how simple this is. I can't believe I'm not listening to this guy. Unbelievable. Feel like the caucus. Oh my gosh, such opportunity knocks, and I'm just saying, kids, I don't know what more to tell you. I just wonder.
So, not to
Mm,
force your order, but
uh-oh,
the women's rugby seven are playing.
uh-oh.
Yeah, oh God, go
Are the
watch.
Canadian gals playing?
Yes, they are.
If they win that thing, they're in the finals.
I know.
So they're going to go for a gold
They
medal.
beat France the other day,
Yeah, they did. They beat the home country of France.
who was supposed to be in the medals.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops, France. Sorry. Yes. Well,
And
so
for
what
those
should
of
I
you
do?
down under, that rugby is just an insane game.
Yeah, it's
Just
insane.
an insane
It's an
game.
insane game. Okay.
Because you know what we
Okay.
didn't do yesterday?
Okay. What?
We didn't buy bagels.
No, we didn't. We'll be buying bagels today. There will be bagels acquired today.
Ay, ay, ay.
But I will definitely have some rye bread.
Okay.
Um,
And some liverwurst. You want?
Do you still have some ham and beer sausage?
I believe so.
Why don't you put the rest of it on a sandwich? Because I'm sure it's
Do you want
getting
a slice
long in the
of
tooth.
cheese in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put the marble cheese on there. Get the horseradish sauce on
going.
there because I need to clean the sinuses.
Make you cry.
We're clogged up here. We need to clear the sinuses so the Sofi shares get going.
It's a little bit out there.
Yeah, it's a bit.
A little bit of smoke.
It's a little smoky out there. Yeah, we need a little oomph. We need a little oomph here for Sofi. 7.39 now, up 6 cents. Did you take advantage of the dip, people? Did any of you put cash secured puts on Sofi on the dip? I don't know. Welcome everybody to the show. Beach Boy, lemon pie, Auntie Jen with a side of Jameson. Perfect to deal with Sofi frustration. Bobby, two people I don't like. Two people I don't like. People who are intolerant about other people, and the Dutch. That's right. There you go. That's from the movie. I'm in a blood technical way Polish, so I'm kind of Polish. So you're making money too. Beach Boy, Netherlanders. Uncle Bruce has lost it. Brian, women's rugby for Canada are on fire. That's right, dude. No bagels. This is unbelievable. This is unforgivable. Well, it's tough times. I'm just struggling to get by. I had to put my classes on discount to move them. I mean, it's tough times around here. No one's making money. None of my viewers can write options and make any money on them except Brian. No one else is telling me how they're doing. It's tough. It's tough out there. It used to be a lot easier, but it's not that easy anymore. 23.50 on the GameStop, down a dime. A Sofi is up 7 to 7.40. Okay, Nvidia down 3 1/4. Rocket Lab down 3. Matterport down half a penny. Dow's up 116. AI up 6. That's what I got. That's what I'm looking at. No bagels. Tough times at the OK Corral. Thank you all for joining in today. It's great to have you here. We're following the trading results here on GameStop and on SoFi. We saw SoFi this morning down to 705 in the pre-market for a while. Then the earnings came out and the shares began to improve into the 740.50 range. And then we opened up for the day. We got it up to 795. I'm wondering if this first hour that we're getting through here, any selling will be taken out by this, this buying wave that's come in. After all, we've traded 42 million SoFi today. 42 million have traded on SoFi. Do we do another 40 million for the rest of the day and we close the day at 875? Could that actually be what's going to happen on SoFi? Did we get the dip? We got the sell off. We got rid of whoever had to be gotten rid of. And now there's nothing for sale anymore. Is that the next step here? 7.39. We're up 6 cents. I don't know. I wonder about that. Could that actually be the big picture? And again, 42 million shares. Has GameStop bought 10-20 million today? Is that actually happening? And no one is saying anything? I mean, no one would say anything until it's a done deal. Wouldn't it be a perfect day today to be an activist investor on SoFi? You could come in here and buy 10-20 million. No one will know. 40 million traded. No one even bats an eye. Stock is down. You put in these buy orders and you slowly back off and see how long the stock keeps coming to you. You don't chase it. You let it come to you, and you just kind of pick it off, and you quietly just tuck it away into the corner until you have to declare to the SEC your position, 5% or more. That's 50 million shares. So if you can get up to 49 million shares, you don't have to say anything. I'm wondering if that's what's going on. Is Kathy Woods buying up a ton of stock today? Are her funds loading up on Sofi right now? Because she knows, like I know, I think she knows what I know. I think she knows more than I know. But I'm wondering if she's also sitting there going, this stock is going to $30 a share in the year. It's all over. All the growing pains are out of the way. All of the uncertainty, the student loan crap is out of the way. Lower interest rates are coming now. That's a for sure. This stock, this bank, this fintech entity is going to rock. They added $65 million in profits from the second quarter last year to the second quarter this year. I'm going to bet against this guy, Mr. Noto. Now I'm going to bet. Why do you think Noto's been buying up the stock every quarter that he can? He's been buying up the stock because he knows. Yeah, we turned it around by 65 million from last year to this year in the second quarter of the year. Why do you think he's buying the stock? That's exactly why he's buying the stock. He knows. He sees the numbers. This guy's smart. I'm thinking, oh my God, you get another 65 million add-on to the third quarter versus the third quarter last year, and another 65 million on the fourth quarter versus the fourth quarter of last year. That's 200 plus million turnaround profits added. That's what? Yeah, this is 20 cents a share net profit add-on, not gross add growth. Like what? Yeah, we're accelerating. This is accelerating. I mean, we're adding 215,000 members a month to the group, to the membership of the company. It's 2.5 million a year. They didn't have 2.5 million members 3 years ago. They now have 8.8 million. They're going to be at 12 million next year. I bet you they'll grow by 3.2 million. They'll be at 12 million members next year. The year after that, they'll be at 16, 17 million. The year after that, 24, 25 million. That's a triple from here in 2+ years. The stock's 742. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to stay here very long. I just don't think so. Splair, 31 million at $2 traded today on Tilray. Splair average volume 19 million. Rock on. See, there's some other stocks doing stuff. GameStop down a dime. SoFi 740 up 7 cents. SoFi volume now 43 million shares in 42 minutes. is that right? Yeah, in 46 minutes. That's what we've done in 46 minutes on SoFi. Maybe we've dried out of stock. Maybe we bought the barrier that's going to keep it down here. It's been bought up, and the volume just keeps coming, and it just starts to go up from here. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm curious about that, of course. I'll be watching this. Oh yes, I'll be watching this. Interesting stuff. BP earnings beat. Pfizer stock is rising after guidance hike. PayPal stock is soaring after earnings bring in positive numbers. Microsoft comes out with numbers tonight. SoFi beat the street, beat the numbers. They were supposed to break even. They made $17.5 million.
Is that all?
Oh yeah,
Just 17 million.
A measly $65 million improvement over last year's second quarter.
Oh.
Measly. When will these guys
What
get
will
real?
they expect?
Thank you so much, Auntie Jen. We got this sandwich here. We got ham and beer sausage.
No ham.
Just beer sausage
yeah.
and cheese,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got horseradish mayo.
Yeah, might have get ready. I might have put a little on because it's a squeezy bottle that kind of got away from me.
Seems all right.
Excellent.
I'm excited.
Okay, everybody, have a good Tuesday. I'm off to watch the Olympic coverage.
Go girls, go!
Go girls, go! I'm pretty sure they're women, but we'll call them girls. Whatever.
Okay. Call them what you will, but they're the Canadian Female team, giddy up. Mm-mm-mm. Wonderful. Mm-mm-mm. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Thank you, everybody. GameStop, 1.5 million shares. Crickets. We're hearing crickets out there. I'm with you on that. I knows what you means. It's cricket time. Very quiet. Indeed. Yeah. Yep. Mm. Oh my. Thank you all for joining in. Nice to have you here. Giddy up, everybody. Only a 79-point gain on the Dow. We are fluctuating here. AI is unchanged. GameStop down 8. SoFi up a dime. Dow's going down. GameStop and SoFi are going higher. Go figure. Brian, I have some September 30 covered calls on GameStop. I sold for $4.65. They're around $1.75 now. Should I wait to buy back under $1? I'm thinking yes. Maybe I should. Brian, SoFi, $8 puts are looking good for September. Almost $1. 2-month contracts. Put up 800. Take in 100 right away. The shares sit at $8 or more. These are worthless. If they exercise you, you're getting the stock for $7 net. Not bad. 744 on SoFi. Brian, those September 30 covered calls on GameStop. They are worthless. No question about it. Absolutely worthless. But would it pay you nicely? I'm just curious. Would you be able to write September, maybe October's or November 28th and bring in substantially more money? Could you bring in like an extra couple of bucks? I don't know. You got to look at your chains. Curious. If you were to do a roll down the strike just a little, extend the time a little, could it pay you nicely? I don't know. Money is money is money. Anyway, I don't know. See what's going on there, buddy. You let me know. September 30, covered calls on GameStop. Not a bad win so far. Almost $3 a share. Nice. If you made the move, bring in enough extra cash, could you buy SoFi on the dip? Get another couple of hundred shares, whatever, or buy more GameStop on the dip? I don't know. I'm just asking, just curious. In other words, could you buy more GameStop shares or deepen the money calls to write more calls on GameStop again? Could that be coming your way? Welcome, everybody. Nice to have you here. My screen is turning red. I don't know about you guys, but my screen is turning red. Rocket Lab is down. SoFi's up a penny. GameStop is down. Um, Spire is down. Smart Rent's still down to 190. Apple is holding a gain of 76. Tesla's down 120. Microsoft's only up 40. Alphabet up 56. Amazon up 66 cents. Nvidia's negative 350. Meta is up 170 and falling. Goldman's still up 12.20 though, one of those big banks. Cisco up 30. Arc down 30. Pfizer down 39. They came out with good numbers today, by the way. HPQ down 8. Unity down 21. AI down 16. Adobe's up 580. Netflix up 420. The Qs have gone red, 66 cents on the Qs. IBM down 45 cents. Vanix Semiconductors down 250. Home Depot down 138. Enphase down $2. Palantir down 9. So we got some red showing. We're going to have to see what happens here, how this wants to play out. SmartRent, like I said, 190 a share on SmartRent. CEO resigned yesterday from the board and his position in the company. I think he was kicked out. I think he was excused, and he was told to move on. And so he took he took a resignation package to take a walk. My hunch is what I think was going on there. SoFi 735 up 3 cents. The low of the day 720, high 795. Numbers came out this morning, beat the street, top line, bottom line, still growing memberships like crazy. Noto doing the rounds on media. Okay. Here's another one. JetBlue. Stock is up 17% after a surprise profit. They've deferred delivery of jets. JetBlue failed in its attempt to take over a rival. They've deferred delivery of jets. They're cutting costs, and yet the stock is up. It defies logic sometimes, this market. How investors justify a winner is mind-blowing to me at times. Just mind-blowing. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. What can I tell you? Yeah, JetBlue jumped 17%. Unbelievable. Pfizer beats earnings estimates, hikes full-year outlook as drug maker cuts costs. That stock is down. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I got something else for you that I wanted to mention to you today. Let me just pop up the old SoFi here on this chart. Here, there we go, 738 up 5 cents. I wanted to say something else to you. Did you know, if anyone ever asks, here's something for you to consider. You're going to be the trivia champion at your next cocktail party or barbecue. How many private jets are there in the world? How many private jets are there on planet Earth? 24,000. How many of those 24,000 are registered in the United States? 14,000. America is home to 14,000 private jets. Is that just unbelievable? A vast majority are owned by corporate America. Very profitable corporate America for their top people. The top people. You know who those are. The top people. If those jets fly 3 times a week on average, we're talking 14,000 flights a week. 42,000 flights a week. Pardon me. 42,000 flights a week if they are flying 3 days a week. I think they fly 5 days a week, but let's say 3. 42,000 a week. It's 160, 70,000 a month. 2 million flights a year. There are 2 million at least private jet flights a year in the United States of America. How many have you been on in the last year? Just let me know. Is that wild? Just private jets run about 4,000 to 15,000 an hour. We took 10,000 an hour as an average price to fly these things. You have 2 million flights a year at 10,000 an hour. I said, what's that? 200 million an hour? Am I not even close on that number? I'm probably not close. 10,000 an hour. 2 million flights. Is that 2 billion an hour? I can't do the math anymore. The average flight is 3 hours. Yeah, there's coast to coast, international, around the U.S. I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking about 10,000 an hour for 3 hours is $30,000 per flight times 2 million flights. What is that? 6 billion or 60 billion? I don't even know. Too many zeros for me. Oh my. That's the world that's out there. It exists. It's real. I would put another thought in your head. There are 14,000 jets in America. They need a pilot. Most need a pilot and a co-pilot, and they need a flight attendant. Of course, the very small $4 million, $5 million jets, you can have one person fly them, can be owned by a private individual. But I'm going to guess a vast majority of the 14,000 are for corporate purposes, pilot, co-pilot, attendant. So that's 3 people per plane that have to be employed minimum. And planes, in some cases, depending on the corporation, these planes can go in the air at any time to anywhere. And there are companies that own 5, 10 jets. They own 10 of them. And they don't have just a pilot and a co-pilot per jet. They may have 2 crews on standby at any time. In effect, it's 6 people on standby just to fly the jet. Right? Then there's the maintenance. Where do you park them? The hangar space, the mechanics, all the legals, all the paperwork required, all the payables that have to be handled, the accounting of it all. How many gazillions of people are employed for the private jet market? In the big picture of it all, it's truly stunning. It is a big business, which most of us have no exposure to whatsoever. We see them in the air once in a while. If you land at an airport, you might see one parked over here or over there. But the world of private jets is a closed store. And so you're going to need to become an upper class individual in this world to be part of that world. And that's a minimum 608,000 in assets and a minimum 187,000 in earnings before you can even think about it. So let's get going, kids. Write some options, and let's get you up there. Okay, there you go. SoFi 730 down 3, GameStop down 30, the Dow up 142. Oh my goodness. Cindy B, I bought an NVIDIA a couple days ago, but I was able to get a decent premium surprise at such a drop on NVIDIA, down 407 to 107.50. Juan sold 10 SoFi contracts for October 8th. I got $1,100, meaning I got SoFi for less than 7 if exercised. I'll take this deal. I'll take this deal. Sure. Take me on. I dare you. I double dare you. I triple dare you to make me buy this stock for under $7 a share. 731 on the open market, 23.31 for GameStop. Nvidia 107.53 down 4. This is why Nvidia put credit spreads are now to be written in the 85-95 range max. And on the call side, Nvidia call credit spreads, you can now look at 130, 140, 125, 135 up there. Keep that in mind as well, everybody. Well done, all of you. Taking some dough off the table. 730, 31, 32 on SoFi, down 1 or 2 cents is the score at the moment. The volume on the session in 1 hour of trading, I guess. I think we've been open an hour now. Hour and 4 minutes, 46.5 million in the first hour. So are we going to do 80 million today, 100 million today? I don't know. But we sure have had a lot come through. A lot of people sold stock today, bitterly disappointed. They were bitterly disappointed. They were in it to get a quick score. They were convinced that in the last 2 weeks we would have a run up into the 10-12 range. They were convinced that with the earnings coming out, there would be a $4 pop on the stock like no tomorrow, and we could be at $12, $15 a share. And they were bitterly disappointed when they saw the pre-market this morning, the post-market last night, and now the opening today, and they've gotten out. The question now is this. If the flippers, those who are, they're not investors, they're day traders, they got out. They took a walk. They got out between 730 and 795 today. They walked away from this thing. Is it possible that another 50 to 100 million shares of buying interest comes into the stock over the next couple of days based on analysts saying, hey, these guys are coming on. Their numbers are pretty good. Solid growth in 3 different divisions inside this company. This is a $10 stock. It's a $12 stock. It's an $11 stock. It's a $13 stock. If enough buying comes through from these kinds of reports that don't have to be flashy, they don't have to be headline grabbers, just consistent, honest appraisals of this company's potential, could we actually now do a $9-10 trading range without much fanfare? That's what I wonder about, because there is 180 something million short out there. Shorters are under no obligation to hurry up and buy up the stock. I wonder if there's an activist investor out there that is going to smell this out and go, you know what, man? The worst case scenario is if I buy this stuff today, in about a year from now, I'm probably going to double my money. That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario, 25 to 30 a share just in the next year. Why wouldn't I pay 7 to 750 for this stuff and just try to accumulate it without raising a bunch of feathers? Maybe there's a roaring kitty out there who's buying up call options that expire in 6 months to a year, that is going to scoop a massive opportunity to lock in a $7 or an $8, $9, $10 call option price for cheap, and then buy up the stock in the meantime. I just sit here going, wow, you don't need $20 billion to triple your money on SoFi. You don't need to carry every single shareholder on this deal. There's 180 something million shorted on this stuff. I can see a measly $1 billion could pop that market easily into the 20s and 30s from where I sit. But I'm just a guy talking to 197 viewers. I have no street cred. I'm not like a guru of the market. We've got improvement on our thumbs up meter. Thank you, everybody, for helping out. 185 thumbs ups are in here. This is beautiful. And the poll question, look at that. 357 people have answered my poll question. this is pretty good. Should SoFi shareholders start writing call options right now, or should they wait for the stock to break $10? And 54% are saying, I think we should write right now. And 46% going, no, I don't think so. I don't think I want to offer call options until we break at least $10. Because if we break 10 to 10.50, 11, I could now write 12 or $14 call options. Bring in a couple of bucks for, say, 14s until Jan 26, and I'm offering my stock at $16 a share rather than right now. Why should I write right now a $10 call and get about two something? That's only $12. If I write a 14 and get $2, I'm taking $16. That's 60% more for me from 10 to 16. I kind of like this deal a little bit more, Bruce. I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to let this stock work itself out in the 730, 750 neighborhood. Let all the shenanigans take place. But don't be surprised, Bruce, if the shares do start to inch their way to that 8, 9, 10 range. And then I will slip some calls out there and say, thank you very much. May I have another? Now, look, I have no problem with any of you writing call options right now, taking the money and buying more SoFi shares here at 730 a share. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's a great idea. I really do. I think that if you're a cash secured put writer and you're writing $10 cash secured puts on SoFi stock and you're hauling in, say, $3 or $4 a share, you can bring in some serious option money right now. I say, yeah, take 30%, 40% off the top from the gamblers. Why not? Go ahead and write January 2026 put contracts. The $10 are probably going to get you 375, 385, something like that. That's 37, 38% on your money. What do you do with that money? Is the question. Look, if you've got 1,000 shares right now and you use the marginability of the shares to write cash secured puts to bring in cash to buy more stock at 730, that's not a bad move, you know. If you have enough marginability to be able to write 10 cash secured puts at $10 each and bring in 3,800 bucks, you could buy 500 more shares of SoFi right now with that money. That's not a bad move. Just sit on that stock. It goes to $10 a share. Now you got 1,500 shares to write options on. 15 contracts at $250 a shot. That'll bring you 3,750 more. The puts are worthless at $10. They're worthless. You know, you'll buy them back for like $1. You're now going to write $12 cash secured puts or $15 cash secured puts and buy even more stock and write even more options on it. You could play that game. Again, I'm just saying there's a number of ways to play the leverage game on top of the options game to make the options buyers pay you handsomely with cash that lets you just buy up the stock, which is helping your cause. So if you write a bunch of cash secured puts at $380 a piece and you use that money to buy a bunch of stock at $730, $735 a piece, and that takes paper off the street, and there are thousands of you doing this, you're taking off millions of shares off the street. You're doing yourself a favor. There isn't very much left available down here. You're taking it away. That means they have to take it away from you at 12, 15. Isn't that what you want? Just saying. I mean, you got 10,000 shares of SoFi and you can write 100 cash secured puts and then buy a ton of stock down here because of that. That's a good thing. That's a smart move. Yeah, I'm just wondering about that. Bloomberg analyst just predicted NVIDIA is going to go below $100 a share, says Puddin' Pie. Snowboarder Uncle Bruce, what do you feel is the minimum credit you want to bring in to make a credit spread worth your while? If you have a $5 wide spread, you want to collect X amount of value. I would say, depending on how long you're going to write for, that's the secret sauce. If you want to write for this Friday expiry, you've got to tolerate a 3 to 5% return. That's about it. If you're going to write till next week Friday, maybe you can get 4 to 6%. You're going to write for a month out, you might be able to bring in 8 to 10 to 12%. It depends on the stock too, of course. But on Nvidia, $5 move, can you bring in a buck on Nvidia? That's 20%. That's huge for a short time frame. But be sure you are well behind that market. If it's a put credit spread, if it's a call credit spread, be ahead of the stock, of course. Check out both sides. Lorraine, I'm number 190 on that thumbs up meter of yours. Thank you. Stephen Butler, how does DJT stock price stay up with such poor revenues? They have not announced when they're going to release their second quarter earnings or losses. Restricted shares can be sold late September. Will the stock drop then? That is the multi-billion-dollar question that somebody with orange hair wants to cash in on. Do you want to help him buy up his stock? You want to help the guy. BW Sofi had earnings. Who knew? It was a beat. Just woken. Yep, SP looks as expected. Won't move till the open interest on option buy side drops. The market maker won't in the money 90,000 calls, sub $10 ticker like SoFi. There you go. Snowboarder looking into NVIDIA spreads for August 16. Thanks for the info. There you go. There you go. There's a reason why you're a member of this channel. It pays to be a member to ask live questions during live trading. Absolutely. Sharon, is it Bloomberg or Gloomberg? What do you think? You shouldn't care. You shouldn't have to care. Just if NVIDIA goes down, you shouldn't have to care about it. You're an option writer. You're just going to write options. It doesn't matter where it goes. GameStop goes to 30, 22, 30, 22. You don't care. You shouldn't care. If you're an option writer, it doesn't matter. SoFi, doesn't matter. Cash secured put, buyer of the stock, writer of calls down the road, shouldn't matter. Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, SPYs, triple Qs, option writers write options, and they just make money on the depreciation of writing worthless paper. You write paper that is worthless and get paid to buy it back for less money. Forget Bloomberg, forget CNBC. Let them be your ally. Let them talk to you about overpriced stock. Let them talk to you about stock that has gone down too far too fast. And you just look at it and go, is there an opportunity here to do an option right? If so, great. If not, I'll move on. Don't let it get you down. It's all good. You don't have to be a shareholder. You don't have to be a shareholder. In any event, welcome to the party, everybody. I'm glad you're here. 163-point gain on the Dow. That index is doing well. Interesting. Let's take a look at where we're at right now. We've got the Dow up 152, the S&P down 2.3 points, NASDAQ down 57, but the Dow is up nicely. Look at oil, down a buck, 74.81. Down it goes, down it goes. Sweet, lovely. Thank you very much. Keep dropping. Oil, just keep dropping. Making America richer every penny this thing drops. Every American buying gasoline for a nickel less, a dime less, makes Americans richer, makes American business more profitable, brings the stock market to higher highs. More jobs are created with lower oil prices, by the way. The oil patch doesn't like it, but the rest of the world loves it. Just saying, 74.83 on the price of crude. There you have it. 7.29 on your SoFi, down a nickel. Dip time. Dip, dip, dip. What can I say? Splair, I wish you all a relaxed and wonderful day. Thank you, Splair, very much. I hope you have a good day in Dortmund, Germany. 23.41 on GameStop, down 19 cents at the moment. Down 22 on AI. SoFi down 2. NVIDIA down 4.24. Rocket Lab down 7. Let's see. Apple up 57. Tesla down 140. Google up 53. Microsoft down 120. Netflix is up $2. Meta is up 240. Amazon up 47 at the moment. The spiders are negative 18 cents. Qs are negative 147. Super Microcomputer 682.59, down $15. Uber is up 50 cents. Adobe up 328. AMD up 41. Unity down 17 cents. Welcome to the party, pals. Hope you enjoyed today's show. We'll keep an eye on everything. You'll keep an eye on everything. We'll keep each other posted. If any of you need any help with your classes, you want to take advantage of this 5 for 4 deal, this deal runs out tomorrow night. it's a July deal. This is the 30th of July. Thank you to those of you who have taken advantage of this offer. I congratulate you. I fully expect to see a bunch of you become writers of options in no time. And welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the option writing party. If any of you need any help or advice, send me an email. We'll go from there. And let's just get you richer. It's simple as that. Let's just help you make more money. Take the dinero from these people. It's unbelievable how much they want to give you. It's your turn to move up from the lowest 20 percentile, from the lower middle class to the middle class to the upper middle class to the upper class. It's time to get you in those top two categories and change your economic futures completely. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining everyone else. And thank you for your support. We'll talk to you real soon. This is Bruce from Calgary, Auntie Jen from Calgary, saying we'll see you later, everybody. Thanks for your support. Take care. Bye for now.